Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the remote. She says, he says podcast. We remote, baby. You ain't think we could do it. Y'all hate us, okay? We do this anyway. I'm actually on the moon right now, okay?
No, you ain't on no dang on moon. Because if you was on the moon, they wouldn't be able to see you.
Have you ever been on the moon before?
Yes. Tyrone, you don't know what I've been doing in my life when I haven't been around you for these last couple of days. What was it, Jeff Bezos, or what's the other one that was paying the people to go up to the moon for 2 seconds? That's what I'm doing. Mind your business.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Tyrone Burston, a.k.a. Burston with comedy, a.k.a. the player from the Himalaya. You a fake thug. You don't sell crack. You smoke it. Okay? Yeah. All that. And look, I got my co-host with me. You see her right there, little box right there. Tell them who you are. Tell them who you are.
It is the MILF from up the block, the cougar from around the corner, the preacher's daughter, your girl Tan-O, baby. And in the words of Mr. Burston, we physically are remote. I am in my home. He is in his home, and Toya is in Massachusetts, which is why we are remote. So please. I keep telling y'all this about the podcast. Take all mistakes for love. The first year of this podcast is nothing but trial and error. If it don't work, don't worry about it. This is just the first year. It's almost like having a baby. You know how when you get your first baby, you mess up, you drop it, you let it fall on the floor. That happens with babies.
Oh no.
It does.
No.
First of all, I've dropped my kids before.
I got my resin rag right here. Jesus. The parents, don't you be dropping y'all firstborns now, okay?
All I'm saying is when you get your first child, you do a lot of messing up. You do a lot of learning and growing with that kid. This is our first year with our baby, the podcast. So we just doing a lot of learning and growing. So guys, we are here. We are remote. Get into it. Tyrone, Burston, how was Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was off the chain. You hear me?
I seen your videos.
Ooh, we in there playing family games, and I lost every single one of them. All right.
First of all, though, I love the video of you playing Taboo and getting mad excited and listen. What am I? Tell me what am I?
When that thing popped up on that card, honey, I said, listen, if y'all get this wrong, I ain't a part of y'all family no more. Let's get that right. And they got it, though. That was
the lady that got up? I think she had the black braids. I think she had black braids and gave you a 5. That was on your team.
Yes, that's my cousin Cookie.
Honey, Cookie was like, listen, we winning, baby. I'm the same way, though. I'm like the same way when it comes to games. Like me and Corinne are really good at Taboo. And like, if we're doing it together, I think we Toya, do you remember the Friendsgiving that we did? And they were mad because me and Corinne was saying stuff and then they didn't know. And they was like, she's cheating.
Yeah.
I'd say something like hair weave. Corinne be like, niggas in the pen.
Yo, that's how we felt, though. You could tell who played Taboo and who don't. Because there was some good players out there. I'm telling you, some of my family members was kicking butt out there.
Who won?
We did team 1 and team 2. So it was 2 captains. I was on my cousin Cookie team.
Okay.
And then we had cousin Debbie, who ain't never win a game during any Thanksgiving. So she was on a mission to win. I don't know if she fake recruited people without doing the whole pull the number thing, but the people on her team was slap dead on point. You hear me?
Did they win?
You know what I mean? Yeah, team. Yeah. My cousin Debbie, her team won every single game. We played 2 games and she won both of them. I mean, by a long shot. I didn't win. I just had that one shining moment in time. You got a song for that, don't you? One moment.
You're a loser. This is what this L is for. You're a loser. Not one moment in time. You're a loser.
I almost X'd out your little picture up here. I don't know how. I don't know if Zoom allows you to X out people's pictures.
Why you want to X out? Because you're a loser.
You ain't got to put no L on the screen like that. Okay, I am a winner. Sorry. Even when I lose, I'm a winner.
You're a winner, and I'm saying it. Okay, please forgive me. Am I forgiven? Okay.
Yes,
I
you
don't
are.
even know if I don't even know if I'm going away. I'm literally on Binky's laptop doing this, and Binky's phone is connected to the laptop. So every time somebody calls his phone, it literally knocks me off. So I can't see you guys. The only thing I hear is the do. So I don't know if you guys are still seeing me when this is
I can still
happening.
see you. And you know what? I feel like Maury. You ever seen that TV show Maury? Maury, the Maury Povich show.
Right. When he be
When you
having the people
when you
come
said
out.
that was big, when you said that was Binky's phone, the first thing that came to my mind was that was a lie. All right, the evidence shows that is your phone that is ringing because you out here dating in these streets. Ain't no telling who ringing your phone. I'm like, why she ain't putting her phone on silent? Don't try to blame it on your son. See, that's what mothers do. They love to try to put it on their kids.
It
That is your phone,
wasn't.
Tano.
It's
That is your
Binky's
phone.
phone. I can't stand you. Well, listen, my
Tell Curtis and
Thanksgiving
them to
was
stop
amazing.
calling.
I'm not even playing with you no more. My Thanksgiving was amazing. I went
All
home.
right.
I got to see my mommy, and my mom
Nice.
cried.
Oh.
Because yes, it was really beautiful. She cried because, of course, I told you guys that it was a surprise, and so the night that we got there, we really was supposed to go to my mother's house the very next day, which was Thanksgiving Day. But it didn't work that way because something was going on with my sister's water. So we went to my mother's house. They were asleep, but we made so much noise that we literally woke my parents up. And when I see my mother, I'm like, Mommy! And my mother jumps. And then I start calling the girls. And then when my mother realized that everybody knew and she didn't know, and it was a surprise, and while everybody was cleaning up and doing all the stuff, she started crying. So it was really, really, really good. But I realized that number one, I can't live in New York ever again. I told y'all I was worried about that cold. Thanksgiving Day, it was fine. The very next day, cold and raining. So when I tell you the next time I go to New York, it got to be summertime or spring. If it's not summertime or spring, I ain't going.
It's the rain for me.
Cold.
Yeah, it's the rain. Without the rain, you probably would have been like, okay, it was pretty decent. But the rain on top of the cold.
Yep. And then I just start walking down the street and I was singing, raindrops keep falling on my head. And New York ain't ready for that kind of white music coming from a black sister. So
right, you doing Broadway in Queens. That ain't okay, be careful. You can't be
just singing in the rain. They not ready for that. So I will not be visiting. I'll be probably visiting next year, but it will definitely be either summertime or springtime. So, but I'm glad that we officially are back. Toya, how was Thanksgiving for you?
A little bittersweet. I got to meet my new nephew. He's just a cutie pie, so I was definitely excited to see that. See him getting to be able to see some of my family members and spend more time with my cousin. Unfortunately though, I found out that my biological dad has cancer, so I've been dealing with that while I've been away. But outside of that, everything else has been cool.
Man.
Well, that right there is horrible. So even though all the rest of the stuff is good, definitely your dad is in our prayers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are welcome. And so when are you coming back home?
On Wednesday. I'll be back Wednesday.
And we cannot wait. But but the minute Toya come back, Tyrone leaving. So listen, they busy. I'm not busy. All I do is go to my job. That's what I do. I go to work to make sure that the podcast just keep rolling. That's it. So before we get into what do we have coming up, boo?
Coming up, we got December 17th. It's the winter solstice in Mooresville, North Carolina. This is a year-end party that we're doing in Mooresville. It's a black tie event, red carpet, the best wine you can afford. The ticket come with a 4-course meal. That's dessert as well. I'm headlining doing the comedy. We got a live band. We got a live painter. My man Bernie Burns is hosting. Let me tell y'all something. These folks put on an event for Valentine's Day before the pandemic, and it sold all the way out. The tickets won't be on sale past December 10th. Again, the event is December 17th. It is a black tie event. Winter solstice. Now, that solstice is a fancy word. It just means in Spanish, no ghetto black people. Okay. We looking for fancy, uppity, middle class, high class black folks that got
It's ghetto
money
white
and
people
looking
and
to
ghetto
party.
Asian people and ghetto Spanish people. You gonna stop coming for my damn people. No
All right,
ghetto
so that's
black
December
people.
17th. That's December
That is
17th, the
funny.
winter solstice. And then the month after that, January, is a big deal. We got the first black comedy club coming to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's
Yes.
Comicville Live Comedy Club. Hey, yes, sir. With your host, Tyrone Burst. I got a co-host with it. It's gonna be Nuff Said. It's gonna be co-hosting the
Who is
pre-show
funny as
of the
crap.
comic. Yeah, Nuff Said
Nuff
is
Said
off
is
the
funny as crap.
chain, man. He is the ultimate host for show. That's January 14th, 15th, and 16th. Now, interesting fact, the Saturday show on January 15th has already sold out, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
So if you are looking to try to get your tickets the week of, that is not a good idea. You need to get them tickets as soon as possible because they are selling extremely fast. And last but
Like
not least,
hotcakes?
February 4th. What'd you say?
They selling like hotcakes? Are they selling
what?
like hotcakes? Like hotcakes.
Oh
That's
yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
expression. Oh my God. Okay, first
I
of all,
thought you was being greedy. Like, no, there will be no hotcakes. There will be no hotcakes at Comicville Club. But I'm like,
I
what?
blame
Why
the
is she
public
worried
school
about
system.
velvet
I
cake?
blame the public school system.
You so greedy. You so greedy.
What
That's your
else?
problem. Thinking about cake, okay? No.
And I can't
All
have
right.
it.
So yeah, they are selling like
Right.
hotcakes. They really are.
Right. Listen, I'm dieting, so I can't even
Yeah,
have
really,
no
really.
cake. So listen. Go ahead,
I
Ty.
know that's right. All right. Last but not least, in February 4th through the 6th, I will be doing a 2-person show with Adele Givens. So me and Adele Givens we call it a 2-man show, even though she's not a man. I don't know why she calls it a 2-man show, but she is a freaking lady. She can say whatever she wants, right? But
Yes,
it'll
she
just be
is.
me and her at the Comedy Zone on the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. That's the Charlotte Comedy Zone. Me and Adele Givens live and direct. Make sure you get your tickets. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook to keep up to date with everything we got going on. We also got me and Tan-O working on something too now.
We
We
are.
about to co-host a comedy event. Our first date is January 9th at Dave and Buster. So stay tuned. I'm kind of working on the budget and all that to make sure Tan-O can get all the money in the world to keep up with them outfits. I wish she could stand up and show y'all what she working with because it look good. I ain't gonna lie. I see them little black flowers. I'm like, look,
Today,
this lady dressed up
when I
in
go to
her
work, I
room.
put
You
on
hear me?
sweat.
I know that's right. I see the swag, baby. I see the swag. You hear me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sick. So we gonna get right into what we need to get into. First things first, Tiffany Haddish and Common broke up. Now, Tyrone, are you really sad? I don't even feel like you really care.
You know,
you don't even care. Now, of course, Tyrone is not a person that loves celebrity news. Okay, he doesn't. But I just felt like this was super, it was like a big deal because, of course, once people realized she was dating Common, it was such a big deal. But I think like they started kind of like getting more serious during the middle of the pandemic. And then now they ended up breaking up. Now, when I first seen it, it seemed like a crazy kind of pair because Tiffany Haddish is a comedian, but she's also a silly girl. Like, there's a difference between being a comedian and being silly. She's also like, I'm super silly. She's a silly girl, and Common is a very serious like guy. And it feels like all the women that he's dated also in the past, none of them have been anything like Tiffany. What are your thoughts on that?
Correct.
Okay.
I agree totally.
Because he dated Serena, Erica, Badu. I think her name is Angela White. I think it is. So Common is definitely the serial dater. He be in and out of relationships consistently. So I didn't think for 2 seconds that this was going to work and they were going to get married. Ooh. However, Tiffany did speak about being married to Common. Like she talked about that if she decides that, she said like if Common decided he wanted to marry her. But she was saying like they had she said she wanted them to be friends, and she said if he decides that he wants to marry me, cool. So she says that. She says, but I don't want a ring. I want an apartment building. But I didn't think Common was going to try to marry Tiffany because he is very much like the dude that be in and out of relationships. But the reason that they say they're breaking up because they don't have enough time. Their schedules are so busy. So they're not spending enough time together. Ty, give me your thoughts.
You know what? I want to hear your thoughts on this off rip. Let me ask you this right off top, Tan-O. Do you think that that's the real reason it didn't work? Is that they couldn't spend enough time together? Or is there something else that we're not seeing?
It's probably something else. Let me say this. You know, people do stuff for different reasons. Definitely when it's in Hollywood. Whether it's to get publicity. I was like recently watching like a story about the Sammy Davis Jr. story, right? And they were saying how Sammy Davis Jr. was in love with this white woman, right? But he couldn't marry her because the mob was going to kill him. Or somebody was going to kill him, right? It's not Sammy Davis Jr. I can't remember the woman's name. So they tell Sammy Davis Jr. he needs to leave this white woman alone, and he needs to, within the next 24 to 48 hours, he needs to marry somebody else. Sammy Davis Jr. meets this, he calls this other black woman, he marries her, and they're together less than a year. So do I think that people get together for circumstance, for popularity, for publicity, for business? I do. And do I think that that was good business?
Wow.
Yes, because people talked about it for a minute. So
that's right.
I'm not going to say that it was fake, maybe, they got together for that and maybe she started liking him or maybe he started liking her. But like, I feel like as I listen to like the words that Common used about Tiffany, it sounded like words anybody could have said. When they asked him, so they asked him basically like, he's saying like he's dating her, right? And I just want to read to y'all some of the words he says. She's a wonderful woman, a queen, and just a beautiful person. I just care for her a lot, enjoy her, and I'm grateful to have her in my life. I'm happy. Who the hell talks about somebody they love like that? Tyrone, when you talking about Niecy, is that how you call her? Regular. She's a wonderful person. I'm happy for her. She's good people. What the hell? That's what I say when I'm talking about Toya. She's good. She's good people. She has beautiful locks. She's a black queen. She's strong. She gives back to the community. What the hell are you talking about? That is not how you speak about somebody that you're in love with.
That's right. Look, I think Common, it seemed like Common broke up with her. When we was kids growing up dating, I'm talking about like, maybe, I don't know how early you was dating. I want to say maybe like between 12 and 15. It was a big deal to see who broke up with who first. That was the thing in the neighborhood. Did you cut him off or did he cut you off? Yeah, that was a thing in the hood, yo. Who cut who off? You know what I'm saying? My homies want to know, did she cut you off or did you cut her off? And I'm going to say this, I think Common cut Tiffany off because I didn't realize that Common was a habitual dater. I didn't know that he dated X, Y, and Z. Yeah. So, you know what, Tan? Tiffany is got to be the ghettoest woman that Common has ever dated. That ain't no Serena.
I will agree. Ghetto.
Tiffany is
definitely not like the type of woman that you're used to seeing Common dated. I totally agree with
that. I think she messed that up. Even
I
though,
don't
and
know
that's
if she
why
messed
he
it
had
up, but
them
I don't
regular.
think. Go ahead.
That that's why he had them regular things to say about her. Like, yeah, she's a nice person. She makes me feel good. She's just a great person. I love her. He didn't know what to
No,
say. Like, he wanted to be like, she was ghetto, she was fun, the sex was great, but it's over. That's what he really wanted to say. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
For real.
like we listened to this video of this guy, and I feel like he did like a lot of dogging of Tiffany. I think what I said his name was JD Black on YouTube. He did a lot of dogging of Tiffany and making it seem like, Tiffany wasn't really into a relationship because her post after they broke up, she has a picture of herself, 2 pictures of herself. Toya, if there's a way for you to include that picture in here, please try to include it in here. But she does a picture of herself and another picture of herself and her passing the blunt back and forth to herself. And she's kind of making light of the situation, like, girl, we gonna be fine. We ain't got these brothers. Don't worry about it. Girl, you funny, you got money, you successful, you beautiful. And so what he's saying, like, she's so concerned about that, no real man wants that. But I was like, a lot of times when people are getting broken up with, right? And we see it on Facebook all the time. People try to make it seem like okay. So you see people start dating, they start going out real cute. They start saying it's all about me. Life goes on second. I'm getting me together. You know what I mean? God first. Self-care. You already know. So I feel like what she is doing is typical of what people do when they are out of a relationship. She's trying to soothe herself. You know how babies soothe themselves when they're crying or something, and they start sucking a pacifier. They will pull their ear. She's soothing herself because she's probably hurt, but I don't want to make it look like I'm hurt. I don't want to make it look like it's a big thing because the guy's like, oh, well, Tiffany never dated anybody else in Hollywood before. She never had anybody else. So does that mean that she's not worthy of dating? Maybe she was dating people behind the scenes and she didn't feel that they were worthy enough for her to have a public relationship with. So I felt like he was dogging her. What did you think about what he was saying? Because you kept saying, I agree with him.
Yeah, I loved it. He made a point one time where he says something like, I think Tiffany was just trying to show everybody that she could get a man, whether it was a man in Hollywood or just be somebody who could get with a guy. That struck a nerve with me. I'm like, yo, he's spot on. Because I've never heard about Tiffany dating anybody, like you just said. Maybe they wasn't worthy enough. I don't know. But it's all for publicity. And you kind of hit on that earlier, where it's sometimes these folks get together and it's to draw more attention to themselves or to their relationship, or look what Tiffany got going on. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Tiffany.
But I don't think that, like, I don't feel like, oh, because she never posted or was with anybody else. Listen, I tell you all the time, I don't post anybody. Now listen, Tiffany was married before then, right? Because she was married before then, she got a divorce. So no, let's just say she's just dating multiple people. If I'm just dating them and I'm not in a relationship with them, why would I be posting them? Why would I do that?
Yeah,
so it's nothing wrong with her not posting people, but maybe Common is the first relationship that she's had. And she's like, this is something that I feel worthy enough that I think this is going to be something I want to post it. Because she talked about it everywhere. She talked about having a baby with Common, everything. Yes. So you see what I'm saying? So I don't feel like his point was valid. I felt like he was just against Black women. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I felt like he was just against Black women.
Yeah, you looked into it too much. I think
more than one time.
He did a great job. He did a great job analyzing what he felt like Tiffany was going through. He did a great job because Tiffany was doing the most.
He kept saying stuff like, oh, she needs to work on herself. He wasn't saying, now he didn't bring up anything about Common being a serial dater and being in all these different relationships and how he can't ever stay stable in relationships. You ain't bring that up, but you want to come for the Black woman. You understand what I'm saying? So no, I feel like he start saying like, oh, you know, she's saying, you know, she wants an apartment building. What Tiffany said is like, if Common married her, instead of him giving her a ring, she wanted property. And I think that that's a good sound thing. Like wedding bands cost millions of dollars. People are spending millions of dollars. Why not get some property that appreciates with value? That we can make money on.
First of all, no. Wedding bands don't cost millions of dollars, maybe six figures. But no, but I thought
that's for regular people like me and you.
Yo, if anybody out there is spending $1 million on a wedding band, okay, you don't deserve
Toya,
to be in a long-lasting relationship.
Are people not spending millions of dollars on wedding bands?
There are some, but they're celebrity people who spend that
have money.
Iced out wedding bands. I'm trying to tell you.
Didn't Kobe remember when Kobe Bryant had cheated on Vanessa? Didn't he
that yellow ring? I remember that ring.
Told you. The people is buying the rings.
Okay.
Now it's not me.
Okay. So
but I think like she was being smart in what she was saying. Like, listen, don't get me the ring. Give me the property. Let me make money off of this.
I like that.
You can give me a little wedding band.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the guy was trying to say, like, you see, she didn't care about it. You know, she's worried about business and finances. Like, I feel like he was really trying to dog her. What I want to know is this, though, okay? There's a lot of times when people break up and they're not with someone, people will say to get over someone, you need to get under someone else. Have you guys ever heard that?
Yeah,
I have not heard that. I've never heard that, but that's terrible advice, though.
Okay, Toy, have you ever heard that?
I sure have multiple times.
But you still, because that's in the women community. It's a woman thing.
It's not.
You know women do that all the time.
I've heard it from men. It was a man who told me this, and he told me at least 4 times.
That's what I'm telling you. That's not a woman thing. So basically, they just letting you know, like, listen, ain't no sense in you crying, cry, baby. Ain't no sense in you crying about nobody. Go find you somebody else to be up under. Now, I will say I have done this. It did not work in Tan's favor. Because I was in love with, this happened after my ex-husband. I was still in love with my ex-husband, and I say this all the time. The love that I still felt for my ex-husband, that I didn't have to go anyplace, I poured it into this other person instead of it just being like, let me get up under him and let him make me feel good. I poured all of that love into him and then fell in love with him. So now I'm in love with 2 people. I'm in love with this fool who is a fool, and I'm in love with my ex-husband, and that ain't doing nothing. So I don't know if that's necessarily good advice, unless it's something that, like, unless you are a woman that can do that. Toya, are you the type of woman that can do that? Do you think?
Nope, not at all.
You can't juggle.
That's too much.
You gotta be able to juggle, baby.
Now I can juggle dating multiple people, but I feel like at that time, after coming out of such a serious relationship, I really should have took more time to be by myself. But I was accustomed to like being with somebody, so I'm like, I need sex.
Oh my God. Of course. He also
was super like, you know, when somebody trying to get with you, they willing to do anything when they willing to, girl, I'll cuss out my mama. Girl, I'll slap one of my kids for you. I will rob a bank for you, Tanya, and give you the money. I'm like, you will?
Oh my
God, he
God.
loves me. But the minute they get you, all of that, now you like, well, when you gonna go over there and slap your mama? Like, he never gonna slap his mama. He never pushed down his kids. He never robbed the bank.
Right.
None of those things ever happened, and now I'm all in love. I'm like, this nigga was a liar from the word go.
Oh my God, yeah.
So,
it never works out like that. It never works out. It takes, I don't know how long it took you to get back on your feet, but for me, it took me a whole calendar year, maybe a year and a half for me to fully flush out my ex and get over that relationship, to finally find true love and to love somebody else. It takes time. It don't take, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes time to heal. It just does.
It does, but I was also looking, because it wasn't like me and my ex-husband. Like, we didn't have the kind of like divorce where it was like, okay, you know how like people get divorced and they be like, they gonna separate, but like they coming over and they like sneaking in and having sex. Like, that wasn't happening. He wasn't sneaking over here and giving me none. So it then that brother was, when I say he was done, he was done. Okay. It was no sex. It was nothing. And I was like, oh. So then now I'm hurting behind the divorce. I'm also, child, that man came along. Now listen, would they be like, oh, a wolf in sheep's clothing? He was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Whoop, whoop. Yo! He was bad all the way bad. Man.
Oh my God.
Okay, let me say this. If Tiffany could do that, let's just say she was like, okay, to get over him, let's just say she genuinely, it wasn't anything big. Like, it really was a publicity stunt. And she's like, but I kind of had a little bit of feelings for him. Who is somebody y'all would want to see her get under? Like, do you think she should go for like another comedian? Do you think she should just go for a regular guy? Do you think that she should go for another Hollywood person? Like, what type of person would you want to see her with?
I think her and Idris Elba would work well together.
He's married.
First of all, Idris is married, but he is fine. And if at any point in time he looking not be with her and want somebody funny, damn, Tiffany, baby, I'm available. Tell your friends about me. Somebody tell Idris that I'm available.
He just strike me as somebody who has that type of personality who could deal with a Tiffany Haddish. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, you know, Idris used to date K. Michelle. So Idris like a little hood girl. Toya, do you remember when K. Michelle came out and told everybody that Idris was dating her?
Yeah. I felt kind of bad for Idris.
Why?
I'm not a big K. Michelle fan.
Crazy.
That's not fair. Because
how is that? How?
The reason it's not fair is because, number one, he didn't want her to tell anybody he was messing with her. So the truth is he didn't mind smashing her and sleeping with her and doing all of these private moments with her, but he didn't want it to be publicly known. Like, he never ever told it. It was K. Michelle when it ended that she told it. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
And when dudes do stuff like that, I be like, I say they faking relationships. Dudes will have you in a space where they like, oh, it's me and you. They doing all this relationship type stuff. You coming to their house, y'all going on dates, and then you be like, okay, so what's going on with me and you? And they're like, oh, well, why do you need to define the relationship? What the hell? I'm over here making you macaroni and cheese and collard greens and fried chicken. Okay, I'm over here doing wifely stuff for you. I don't wash your drawers by hand. I'm gonna need it to be something. I'm gonna need a label. So I feel like that was Toya. I think that you don't like her. So see, Toya, I feel like because you don't like her, you can't see how this is not right.
I mean, it may not be right, but yeah, you're right. I'm blinded by that situation. If it was somebody different, like maybe I would feel some type of way. But yeah, it's K. Michelle, so now.
Right, so you don't feel anything for her. You just like, yeah, good. She deserves it. I don't know. Idris was faking that relationship. I definitely don't think she should be with anybody like Idris. Toya, who do you think?
I don't have anybody for her. I think maybe she just need to have a normal person, because there's nobody I can honestly just think of and be like, hey, they would make a great match. Because
Avion Crockett, the comedian Avion Crockett.
Actually, that might actually work, because that's too strange and funny together.
Yes, I'm telling you, they would be a perfect match. Tyrone, why you looking like that?
Nah, I don't see that. I don't see that match. You know, I used to be Chuck Woolery. Remember Chuck Woolery?
Yes, from what is it, the dating show?
The Love Connection. The Love Connection.
Okay,
I think that was the name of the show. Yeah, I used to be Chuck Woolery Jr. back in the day. I used to be Chuck Woolery Jr. That was my thing. I used to hook people up, put soulmates together. I got a keen sense for that.
Okay,
and I just don't see.
If you got a keen sense for why would you try to put her with Idris Elba?
First of all, I don't know these celebrities like y'all know these celebrities. I didn't know the brother was married. Okay, he looked like he out here hoeing around. Let me just say that. That's not a bad word. Okay, that ain't even a word. Hoeing is not a word. All right, he looked like that type of dude that ain't faithful, and they looked like they would have hit it off. And she would have took that and ran with it, publicity style, flaunting. I'm with Idris, and nobody tell me nothing. It just seemed like it would have been a cool little mesh, man. But
this is my thing.
ACR,
you only
I don't
15
know.
minutes of fame, right? Why not maximize the 15 minutes? So I'm not mad that she's maximizing the 15 minutes. So if she's using Common and whoever else to do that, by all means, darling, maximize. Okay, then. So everybody knows that I'm a comedian. Who do we think would be a good comedian then for me? Ty, because you can't get nobody because you already got Niecy. Who do you think would be good for me? That's a comedian.
Famous?
Yes. They don't even gotta be famous. If they, but hopefully they're a comedian I know. Even if they're not a famous comedian. Come on, give me somebody good. I was praying somebody said Chico Bean.
Chico Bean would be good for you. And what's that dude that we just saw when we went to go see what's her face, Tanya? That tall dude.
Oh my God.
Because I follow him on
yes.
He would be perfect.
Him.
That would be perfect for
him. Ty something. Tyrone, you know him. He's a comedian in Charlotte.
Tyler Chronicles.
Ty Griffin?
Okay.
Tyler Chronicles. Oh, you talking about when we went to see B. Simone?
Yeah.
You know who I'm thinking you're talking about? Oh, that was wait a minute. That's me and Toya. That's me and the other Toya that went to see Shula King. And Ty Griffin, the comedian here.
What's the host?
Was the host there. Okay, Ty.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Who?
You know who it is that would be a good match for you? Ryan Davis.
What the hell?
Ryan Davis, that's a good one.
That would not be a good match.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm listening.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because, well, for the good thing, he's a family man. He has 2 children.
Ryan is out here hoeing in these streets.
No. You know what though? Y'all both believe in the same social media thing. Like he's not big on posting his relationships online because he doesn't think that it's important.
It's not.
And he can't find a woman that understands that. So you two have that in common. And that's my homeboy. So yeah, I'm gonna hook that up. I could hook that up. I can't do nothing about Chico Bean and Tyler. I might could do Tyler. I know Tyler too. But Ryan, I could definitely do Ryan. I could hook that up. Matter of fact, he'll be here in March.
Let me tell you what we need to hook up. Me and Chico Bean. That's it.
Chico Bean, he married.
Chico Bean ain't married. Chico Bean is not married. He is not.
Yes, he is.
He is not.
Yes,
Chico Bean is available, and he is looking for me. He just don't know that I exist.
Toya gonna find that out for us. She's good at the research.
Chico Bean is not
she's
married.
I don't think he is. I think he's still single out.
Ryan is in these streets. So no.
No,
Ryan Davis. No.
Saying about my boy. My boy is not in these streets, yo.
Ryan is. Listen, baby. I know what a man look like when he in these streets. You understand what I'm saying, baby? Because I be in these streets.
Streets recognize streets. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
In these streets. Okay. But Chico,
street recognize.
I will give up the streets, baby, for you.
That man is taken. That is a good, wholesome Greensboro man. I'm sure he has.
She gonna live in Charlotte too. I think she gonna live in Charlotte. I think she gonna be living in Charlotte.
He live in Greensboro.
No, she gonna live in Charlotte. You know, I'm about to hook this up because she gonna live in Charlotte and I'm about to be with her. Moving right along, Chico Bean, if you watching, baby, it's me. I'm available. Listen,
he's not married. He's not married. You know I'm good at looking that up.
Okay, then Tyrone don't want me to be happy. He only want to be the one on the podcast with some damn body. You understand? Where Niecy at? Call Niecy. Call Niecy right now. Tyrone only want to be the one married, and he don't want me to have nobody. Yeah. Look at this. Let me make a ring with my ass. Look at that. Can you see my ashy ring? You gotta quit playing, Tyrone. I'm married to myself. So I'm one of the women that have a whole lot of put on a wedding dress and be like, I'm marrying myself. Or they be like, I'm giving myself to God. The devil is alive. Listen, there's some things God don't touch physically. Okay, I'm gonna need the hands of a man.
Yes, sir.
We are moving on.
That real,
baby. And I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about that fake real. I'm talking about that. What I tell you before, ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing.
Huh?
So I sent you guys a video of Rick Ross. And I think he was in his concert, like in a concert he was doing. And there was a woman. People are crazy. Let me just start off by saying that. People are crazy. But she is trying to propose. Because that's what he says. He said, I think that she's trying to propose to me. And like you see her like with a ring, like, please, please, please. Well, first things first. The ring is not even a man's ring. It's a woman's ring. So I don't know if she was trying to give him the ring and asking him to propose to her. Or if she thought that he was a cross-dresser and she wanted to give Rick Ross the ring. Also, I don't even know if that ring was real. So if Rick Ross probably got that cubic zirconia ring, he probably would have been mad anyway.
Right.
But he is saying, like, is she asking me to marry her? I want to know, is it okay for women to ask men to marry them? Like, we live in a world now where it's like, okay, you know, equal opportunity, anything a man can do, a woman can do, women bosses, all of these additional things. But there are some things that we are very traditional still about. So, is it okay for a woman to ask a man to marry her?
I'm going to say first off.
Let me hear what Toy said.
First off, that ring might have been because she saw the cover of his new album. I'm just saying.
What's the cover of his new album
where he looked like he was one of the female ushers of Bethel Baptist Church with the usher gloves.
Now I gotta look it up.
I'm gonna put up a picture of that so people can see what the cover looks like. Okay. Then you understand why she probably picked up that ring the way that she did.
Oh, you're so funny, bro.
But I'm gonna.
He is on here. Tyrone, I'm gonna try to see if I can put it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it this way. You ain't gonna be able to see it.
I'm gonna share it so everybody can see it. But that's why she probably got that ring.
I wanted you to see it now. Oh,
why y'all coming for my boy Rick Ross the boss? Why y'all doing that?
He do look like missionary. He looked like missionary of the First Baptist. Nope.
Nah.
It's not like oh yes, Toya, he do look like missionary though.
Text it to him so he can see it.
Okay.
Oh well, no, he's on the
phone. Tyrone, there it is. Do you see that?
There we go. There we go.
Oh, those his hands.
Yes, right. But that makes me also think of Eastern Stars and Masons. Like back in the day, the Masons used to come to the church and the Eastern Stars would wear them white gloves. Them definitely look like usher gloves, and he probably got on usher shoes because you know the ushers used to be like, sit there, give me that gum, put it in my hand. Listen, Rick Ross definitely strike me as usher on the church on 3rd. He definitely strike me as Brother Ross.
Yo,
but I feel like women, like for me personally, I'm gonna let you know that I'm open to marry you, but I'm not asking.
Okay,
I'm not asking.
Well, my question is why you think that this image would make her want to marry him? Because she think he look like Usher?
No, I'm just saying it's a nice, for me, that's like a softer look. So I think more feminine, Well,
and you can't see him. Before I even continue on, let's not pretend that Rick Ross is, yes, we're not gonna start pretending, you know what I mean, that Rick Ross is everything on everything. And you know just as well as I know, the same way with Biggie, if he wasn't Biggie, if he wasn't Rick Ross, the ladies
well,
would
wait. Rick Ross done lost weight now, so
that's not about the weight loss. That's about his face, son. It's not about weight loss. That's about his face.
Hey, Ted, let me just say this. I feel like you would do that to Chico Bean if he was at the Comedy Zone and you was in the front row.
I would do what? I wouldn't want him?
You would take that ring and be like,
hell no, I would not.
No, she would let him know that's his future baby mama and they supposed to be together.
Listen, now I would let him know that I'm his future ex-wife.
There you go.
It is a song. Oh my goodness. It is a song by what is their name? Boys to Men. And they sing a song like that. Telling like the girl, he meets this girl and he's telling her the story about like their life together, that he doesn't imagine them in the future. That would be me. I'm gonna find a song and I'm gonna tell you. Tyrone, what you think?
Like that Boys to Men song, you better not wait till the water run dry. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. When you see Chico Bean, you make sure you put that ring out there and let it be known. That's what you really want. Go ahead and go for it. No. I think that women should definitely be asking dudes to marry them.
Hell no, they shouldn't.
We need to change that narrative, man. That's the problem with the world today. Too many old school cougars out here trying to keep things in line the way it's been. And you know what I mean? No, let me tell y'all something, honey. If you want that man, you ask that man to marry you. Let me see how bad you really want it. Because let me tell you something. Dudes don't grow up playing with dolls and playing house and being Mrs. Jackson and all this crap that little girls do when they be growing up. Y'all play like y'all married when y'all 8, 9 years old. And you know what dudes
Did you ask Niecy to marry you or did Niecy ask you to marry her?
This ain't got nothing to do with me. And
answer the question.
I'm answering the question. The question was, should women ask men to marry them?
Right, but what you said is that's because men don't grow up doing that. But my thing becomes is at some point in life you learn that a man proposes to the woman. Okay, the Bible says.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the Word of God says. Listen, you already know I love to go for the Bible, right? The Word of God says, he, capital H-E, he who finds a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor with the Lord, not she who findeth a husband. So the Lord already let you know it is the man's job to go out looking for the woman. And the song by Boys to Men is called Thank You in Advance. And what he said, girl, you look like my first wife, though I never been married before. Tyrone, I need y'all to listen. That's my song. That's Thank You in Advance. Chico Bean, thank you, baby. Thank me in advance. I'm telling you, I'm your fantasy come true.
Look, you sound like you're getting ready for a proposal right there.
Listen,
you got
I'm
everything it takes.
Now, this is what I will say. I proposed to my ex-husband.
Even
though I just went hardcore about it, I proposed to my ex-husband. You know, you guys, we got married when I was super young. So we got married when I was 19. So what happened was I got pregnant with Binky at 17. I had Binky at 18. Kevin had kept asking me to marry him consistently. And I kept saying no, because again, I'm 18 years old. And so I'm like, no, I'm thinking like, oh, you know, I have all these other opportunities in life. What about this? What about that? No. But when I finally decide that I am ready, I go to Gertz Mall. If y'all give me a minute, I'm gonna go. The ring is here. I go to Gertz. I go to Gertz Mall on Jamaica Avenue in New York, and I buy a ring. And I want to say maybe the ring is maybe $179. It ain't nothing big, okay?
Right.
Again, I'm 18.
Go ahead.
I'm lying. By this time, I'm 19. And I get the ring and I feel like I'm going to do something cute. So I say to my sister, I'm like, listen, I'm going to propose to him, you know. So I get in the bathtub and I'm taking a bath and we're in there and we're in the bath. He's in the bathroom with me and I'm in the tub and we're just talking. And then I pull the ring out and I ask him, will he marry me? Of course he says yes. Because, of course, he had been asking me for so long. But the very first time I ever got married, I asked him to marry me.
Look at that. And you over there trying to put on the front that women shouldn't do what you've been doing.
Wait a minute. Right. But again, what did
Tan-O is the spokesperson and the mascot for women proposing to dudes. That's it. Move on. Next topic. That's all we did here, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I was 19. It's okay if you ask somebody to marry you when you're 19.
How old were you when you was pregnant with Binky?
I got pregnant at 17. I had him when I was 18.
Okay, so that's all I just wanted you to say that because listen, if you're gonna act like you grown, then guess what, honey? You grown. All right.
The devil is a lie.
You grown.
I was not grown.
Helen's daughter was out here. Let me tell you about Helen's daughter. Okay, grown. All right. I'm gonna get in these streets and get in these sheets how I feel. Okay. So listen.
But guess what? You don't got to be grown to be in them sheets. Wait a minute. First of all, roaches have sex. Okay. So if roaches can do it, that ain't nothing but procreation. That's the circle of life. And the circle of life. And it moves us all. That's all that is. Sex ain't nothing but a part of the circle of life. It's a hole, it's a stick. You take the stick and you put it in the hole. Tyrone, you take the stick and you put it in the hole. That ain't nothing but science and biology. That's all I'm saying.
I'm so glad that you were honest. I'm so glad you was honest because you could have held that. You could have kept that.
Nah, player. Ain't no sense in me holding that. That give me what I'm gonna do is get the ring. That's what I'm getting right now. I'm getting the ring. Cause it's here. So yeah,
I need her to be the spokeswoman for women proposing to men. I don't even know why she don't have her own commercial now.
Technically though, she knew that he wanted to get married because he had already proposed, so that don't count because he proposed first. It would be different if she had to propose first, and it's just like because you really don't know if this person's really going to accept. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. He wanted me. Men do that all the time. You think we be knowing? You know how many videos is out here in this world with dudes on one knee and women walking away saying no? We don't know either. So that don't count. No.
They're crazy because they're fine.
Again until you come back to me.
Oh, man.
I'm down on bended knee. Tyrone,
you did the right
this
thing.
was me on the bended knee. This was the $179 ring. Baby, you wasn't ready for this. First of all, do you notice it don't even got no diamonds in it? It just got the little cuts in it to make it give the appearance of diamonds.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Oh, I don't even know if this real gold. Okay. I think this is toothpaste.
I can't believe you still got that.
This is a gold toothpaste wrapping around this. Oh, you know how, what is it? The Ferrero Rocher candy? It's the Ferrero Rocher candy wrap. This is not, I don't even know. But this was the ring that I got on bended knee. Well, actually laying in tub and proposed to the kids that way. However, I do not think I did the right thing. Well, at the time, I do think that was the right thing. We were together for 20 years. However, at the time, you know, I thought differently. I didn't even think in my psyche, I never even thought like, this is crazy. You shouldn't be proposing to him. But I guess my thing is, who makes the rules? Who decides that you shouldn't do it? Because you will have a bunch of women that will be like, Do y'all remember on Love and Hip Hop when it first came on and Chrissy proposed to Jim Jones? Tyrone, you probably don't remember that. Toya, do you remember that?
She pissed me off. She really did. She made me so angry. I was so mad.
That was a big deal.
Yes. The women were mad at her.
Yeah.
Toya,
and Jim Jones said yes, right?
Because
yes.
Did he say yes, Toya? Because they never got married.
He said yeah, but they never got married, and we knew that. That's why we were pissed. Because just like you're gonna ask him, he's gonna say yeah, but then he's gonna string you along. They were engaged for all of that time. You know what I mean? And he kept saying he was gonna propose at some point. So she got tired and decided to do it. It's just like, yo, we already know he's not really gonna marry you. So you're just gonna be engaged for years. And we knew this. That's why we were upset.
So the truth of the matter is he really didn't want to marry her. But see, that was the difference between me and Kevin. Kevin really wanted to marry me. Jim Jones wanted to be in a relationship for forever with Chrissy. And I think that she genuinely wanted to be his wife. Now, like, I think like now she says stuff like it doesn't matter to her or things like that. But I think that she has made herself believe that it doesn't matter because it hasn't happened. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like she's saying it doesn't matter to her because he hasn't married her. So she's like, oh, well, the ring and all of those things don't mean anything, like our love means something. But then why did you propose? Really? I'm not going to be proposing to nobody if I think they didn't want to be with me. Don't do that, Tyrone. Again, that was 19-year-old me that was proposed.
I was about to say, hey, listen, you on a winning streak right now.
I'll never walk again until you come back to me. I'm down on bended knee. I ain't here. Listen, the man said yes, he had 20 years together and had 3 beautiful children. So guess what? My plan did not turn out bad. However, I'm not necessarily saying that I promote women proposing to men. This is what I'm gonna say. You gotta do what worked for you. This version of me, I'm not proposing to anybody. You know, even if I'm saying no a million times. And then I'm ready. I may just be like, I'm ready now. You know, somebody want to marry me now. You know, people think I'm amazing. It's not Chico Bean, but that's because he doesn't know that I exist.
Don't nobody want to marry you, Tan-O. I don't believe that.
What do you mean nobody wants to marry me? Why would somebody want to marry me?
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Why?
I know, because first of all, in order for you to want to marry a woman, when you dating her, she at least got to get along with your mama. And you ain't even get over that part yet. You haven't figured out the key ingredient to getting these mamas to be like, you know what? I love her. When's she coming back over?
Let me say this. when you got good snatch, that mama thing don't even matter, baby. Okay? And this snatch and this mouth is amazing. Okay? My ex-mother-in-law did not like me. And for 20 years, I was with my ex-husband. Baby, don't play with your girl.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yes. But I told you, if I tell you I'm not, mothers don't like me, no mothers like me. Only mother that like me is my mom. And I think she liked me because she had me. I think like she gotta like me. I think it's like built in the contract. Like if you have this baby, you gotta automatically love her and like her. You understand what I'm saying? And in saying that, and the truth is that you really don't gotta like them. You just gotta take care of them. I don't even know if you gotta love the kids. You just gotta take care of them. Because this takes me right into our last topic. We read an article about a couple in California. Oh my goodness. These are my favorite people.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
They were in a situation where they were a part of a COVID scheme. And the police was hot on their damn trail. They had 3 children, I think 13, 15, and 16. And you know when they 13, 15, and 16, they think they know every damn thing. They always running their dang old mouth and telling you what they like and what they don't like and their feelings and my thoughts. And you don't care about my emotions. Shut up! Making all that damn noise. Right, and that's really how I be feeling about it. You understand what I'm saying? That's really how I feel about it. Because you know, when you was growing up, you couldn't talk to your mama about your feelings. My wants and my needs. Nobody cared about that. Nobody cared about your thoughts and your feelings. However, this couple right here did not care about their kids' thoughts or feelings either. And this is why they are my favorite couple of all time. So basically what ends up happening is that the law is hot on their ass. And what they do is they leave. They up and they leave. They take their ankle bracelets off and they leave their children. And they leave a note for their kids saying something like, oh, this is not goodbye forever. We'll meet each other at a later time in life. And they skip out on their damn kid. Now, some people think this is wrong, but Monique said many, many years ago, F them kids. And I wholeheartedly agree with this. The wife only got 6 years. She wasn't even willing to do the 6 years so she could be with them kids. That's how I blame the kids. I blame the kids. I just think they was just so bad and always running it. I blame the kids. Ty, what you think?
Got it. You are all over this, Tan-O. You done hit it right on the bull's eye. You hear me? Because if you was a good child, amen, your mother would have the decency to do 6 years on her head and come home like, you know what? I love my kids. I never leave my kids. I need them kids. But see, when your kids start talking back,
took the kids with her. They didn't even take the kids with them, Tyrone.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Because you know what? The kids would have probably sold them the hell out. Like, oh, why do we have to be on the run? First of all, the kids would have been crying about social media. They would have been posting their damn location. They would have got caught messing with them damn kids. You know what?
There we go. That's how you talking.
Like, people feel like these people was wrong, but I feel like they should have left them kids. Now, should they have been trying to defraud the government? I'm not saying they was right, but I understand. Because I'm trying to see how much was the money that they had did it for. It was a big COVID relief fund scheme that they were all a part of. So I'm not saying that the situation was right, but I understand, like, money is hard to come by. She's like, I'm tired of working. I'm tired of working and supporting these bad behind kids who only thing they want to do is be on Instagram, on the TikTok, doing a damn dance. I hate it. So do the bunny hop. Hop. I cannot cannot stand these dang on kids. So they probably was doing all types of work because people start saying like, oh, well, did they at least leave the kids money? No. I've been giving them money, been taking care of them 13, 15, and 16 years. And how many times was they in there getting smart with their old raggedy behind mouth? I done put braces on them, gave them all the Jordans and Air Force Ones. Let me stop in there, my Air Force One, big boy. How many times?
For real.
They asking for Gucci belts for dang on at Christmas? No. Everybody want the latest iPhone. What? How much is an iPhone now, Toya? $2,000.
They got a sale right now through AT&T.
And how much is it?
It's only about 1,000, but there's still a lot.
You right? Okay then. So I feel like these parents should let the 16-year-old go work at McDonald's.
Yep.
Listen, I'm tired of my own kids, so I'm trying to figure out how I can run away. You understand what I'm saying? Motherhood ain't everything that is cracked up to be.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, you took the words right out of my mouth. F them kids. I ain't going to jail. Them kids get on my nerves anyway. We got I need you to find out how much money. Was it millions? I think it was.
It had to be millions. It had to be millions. You already
right. For them to do that, it had to be.
Because it said the crisis is still millions of dollars in a much needed government aid intended for people and businesses suffering from economic effects. So they don't give the amount of money, but they definitely just say that it was in the millions.
Listen, them parents did the right thing. Plain and simple. They did what every parent dream of doing. Now, I'm not saying every parent think the way we think, but you do have your days where you be like, you know what? I brought you in this world.
And I'll take you up and out of here. And this is what I say. Okay, first of all, only people that love their kids is people that got new kids. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a 30-day trial. You know how they give you the 30-day trial or something? When they give you the trial or something, you love that thing. It's so amazing. It's so great. You want to use it. The minute the trial is over, you go ahead and buy the product. It's now in your damn junk drawer and you no longer using it. It's defective. Yep. It don't work no more after the 30 days. It's the same damn way with them kids. Right after they turn 5, they defective. They don't work no more. Why do I gotta clean up? My kids are always in here with the, I didn't mess up the dishes. Somebody else messed up the dishes. Why do I have to clean it? You don't tell somebody else to clean it. Clean this damn house.
For real. For real.
So the only people that love their kids is people that got the new ones. Because in a couple of years, you'll feel like my mama feel about me. You will feel like how I feel about my own kids. Wait till you get them and you ain't got no spoons and forks in your damn house. You understand what I'm saying? I understand why these people left.
Yes, listen. Yes. Tell them.
I'm about to go in the witness protection program and hide from my children. I'm not hiding from no murderers, no mob people. I'm hiding from my kids because I don't care where I'm at. They can find me, and when they find me, guess what they want? Something.
Yep. You got it.
I'm not mad at these people. Toya, what you think about these people? I done said a mouthful. I think I'm feeling some way about my kids. So I'm releasing it on podcast.
I mean, they did what they felt like they needed to do. I don't have any kids. I've only worked with them. So like, it's a little different for me. Like I had people's kids in my care for a certain number of hours, with the exception of that one job where I was like a temporary guardian. Actually, there've been like a couple where I was a temporary guardian. I mean, they could be a handful. So, I mean, I just feel like they did whatever they needed to do. They wanted to live their life with however many millions. At the same time, I don't know.
Do you feel like they shouldn't have left the kids? Or do you feel like they should have took the kids with them?
Low key, but I really feel like they really left did the kids say they just left a note? Or did they really have a discussion with the kids and just said, we're going to leave a note so that way people think that this is what happened and we low-key left it.
This is what it says. According to CNN, they left a little typewritten note for their teens, ages 13, 15, and 16. We will be together again one day. It read, according to the attorney, this is not goodbye, but a brief break from each other. You already know how crazy it is that they needed this damn break. And what they said is, we'll be together one day. And they didn't mean that could have been one day like in heaven. Like, I don't feel these people ever coming back.
That is true.
Come back.
It's hilarious, yo.
Listen.
One day I have it. Hell yeah.
Listen, you don't know that type of freedom until you ain't got kids. You know, it's always people that don't got kids that want kids.
Yep.
And the minute you get them and they not brand spanking new no more, you already recognize you done messed up. And the problem is you can't give them the hell back. Ain't nowhere to send them to. Listen, my job is a safe place, okay? Where I work at is a safe place. So if you no longer want your kids no more, you can drop them off. Listen.
Yep.
Sometimes people will show up there with their 12-year-old and be like, yeah, I don't want to do it no more.
For
you
real?
You know why? I understand. My kids is 25, 22, and 17. And I want to drop them off somewhere and say, I don't want to do it no more. Now, I don't know if I can bring them to my job because they super grown. But I understand why these people left. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not right. Oh, but baby, I understand.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Woo, you know how much cheaper your light bill gonna be?
Baby, I ain't gonna even need no light. Listen, I will be living like the Amish. I'll be living by candlelight. I ain't playing. I'll be living in one room. A room in the house. I don't need that. I don't need a car no more. I can get a bicycle.
Yep.
I can be on bus. Because you know now you can put your bike on the front of a train. I mean on the front of the bus. So I can just take my bike, put it on the front of the bus. First of all, I'm gonna be thin. You know I'm gonna be thin because I'm gonna be bicycling everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have as much stress, so I'm not gonna be eating as much. I done gained this weight because I'm stressed. It's the kids. I got a case of the kids. You ever seen grown people just out shaking? Right. Oh, I got a case of the kids.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
No, it's the case of the kids that's messing me up.
Funny, yo.
Listen, I don't know. Guys, we are going to go. I feel like we have probably went over our hour. So hopefully you have enjoyed this foolishness.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes,
we will be back, next week? We'll be doing another Zoom next week because Tyrone will be in California.
Mm-hmm. Whoop, whoop.
Yep, come on, Ty. Bring me back to California, man. Because I think Wildin' Out film out there.
I thought it was New York. They film in New York. They don't film.
No, listen, because they be changing location. Baby, wherever Chico gonna be. Find your girl,
Chico on South Tryon Street right now. Since he's in Charlotte,
don't play with me, because baby, I know how to get to South Tryon. I know how to get to South Tryon, baby. Guys, we are going to go. In the words of Tyrone Burston, it's all fun and games, baby.
Until somebody get pregnant.
To say bye to Charlene and the kids.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck the kids?